Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Boreal Bushcraft Canada. Today what we're going to be talking about is Mr. Heater's Portable Buddy. What I'm going to be doing today is simply a tabletop review. I'm going to give you the dimensions of this gizmo, how much it costs, etc., etc. But before I go on, I just want to make one thing clear. I want to say something to you guys. I do not get paid by any company for reviewing the products that I do review on our channel. I do not receive any for free. I do not get any, as I said. There was only one time that we received something from Abraham Elias, which was the Boreal Bushcraft knife that he gave us. And what I did a review and then I gave it off in a contest. Whatever reviews I do are honest and to the best of my ability. All the reviews that I do are items that I have purchased with my own money. I do not receive anything from any companies. Therefore, you can trust that my reviews are sincere and they're not, put it this way, somebody pays you to do a review, you're not going to go and talk bad about it, because chances are you're going to get sued. They give you items, you can't talk bad about them, So I'm not so keen on listening to reviews that some of these guys out there, who have thousands and thousands of members and, whatever, and they're doing their reviews and then, they're getting all kinds of gifts from companies, whatever. For me, it's a hobby. I enjoy what I'm doing, and I'm doing this to try to, give off some important information to our members and to our friends out there. And by doing this, I'm also learning myself, I mean, yeah, I do make mistakes. I purchase items and then they go on the back burner. But hey, that's okay. That's all right. I enjoy what I'm doing. I like to educate people to the best of my ability. Mind you, I don't know everything. I've been around the bush for the past 40 years, maybe more. And, I've learned through the years from making mistakes and from purchasing things, like I said, that go on the back burner. So anyway, enough of all that, whatever. Let's get on to the tabletop review of the little portable buddy. Yeah, I have a piece of paper and I took some notes down because I'm not going to sit here and start measuring in front of you, whatever. I have all this information down on a piece of paper. It'll make the video a lot shorter and to the point. So these heaters here are going for about 125 bucks Canadian. I managed to pick this one up for 103 because they were on special at 20% off from one of our retailers, and they are going to be on special for the rest of this week for those of you who are interested. And they work with these 1 pound propane bottles like you see here. But with the same token, you can attach, use this heater with up to a 40-pound liquid propane bottle, providing you go out and you purchase the accessories needed for that, because this little baby here screws on directly, whereas if you're going to be using a 20-pound or a 40-pound bottle, you have to buy those hoses that this company provides as an option. Now, what I like about this heater, it's got two safety features. It has a tip-over safety shut-off, where if this thing is running and it accidentally tips over in any direction, it'll automatically shut off. It also comes complete with an oxygen depletion system, which, like, if the oxygen level goes below a certain amount within the area that you're using this baby in, it'll also shut off. So the chances of, you getting carbon monoxide poisoning are very, very slim, providing you do have a little bit of ventilation. And you will need a little bit of ventilation for this thing, because if you don't, it's going to go off anyway because of the oxygen depletion system shut-off safety feature, whatever you want to call it. It measures, about 15.5 inches with a handle upright, up and down. It's about 15.5 inches by 13.5 inches wide, and It's 7.5 inches in depth. Okay, it weighs in at 8 pounds. It's not a light piece of kit, and the output is between 4,000 to 9,000 BTUs. Okay, and it can heat up to about 200 square feet. Now you have to understand, when we're talking 200 square feet, they're talking something like a 20 by 10 or whatever, but you have to also take into consideration the height. Okay, so if you're going to be heating up an area that's 20 feet, 20, you know, like a garage or whatever that's 20 feet high, you know, don't expect 200 square feet of 200 square feet and a 15-foot ceiling type of thing. If you get my drift, you understand what I'm saying. Okay, 200 square feet, I would imagine it will be with a ceiling of a maximum of about 8 feet high, which is the norms. Now, they say that a 1 pound bottle like this on a high setting should last for about 3 hours. Now, if you're heating up a tent the size of mine, you certainly don't have to keep this baby on high. If you keep it on low, and I've even heard if you keep it on pilot, it still manages to keep the tent warm. Okay, so if you're going with a 1 pound bottle on a low setting, you should be good for about 6 hours. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Okay, one other thing, you have to understand that some of these people who work in these stores that sell these items don't know their products. I mean, they're selling 3,000, 4,000 items in a store. You can't expect these guys to know everything. Okay, there are certain people who know their products, but then again, there's more people who don't. To give you an example, when I went into the store, I specifically told the dude I wanted to heat up my tent. Okay, and he says, yeah, no problem, everything is cool. I got two models you can choose from. I got this baby here, which is made in the USA, which is baloney. It's not made in the USA. It's made in China. And he also offered another product, which is their private label, their private brand, which is made here in Quebec. Okay, now I went with this one here because of the history behind it. It's been around for a long time. It has great reviews, and I picked this one up. Had I known it was made in China, maybe I would have picked up the other one there, okay, that was made here in Quebec. Not for anything, I'm not prejudiced, I just like to leave my money where, you know, here in North America. You know, enough of this import stuff, if you get my drift. Okay, so let me approach the camera a little closer so I can give you a better view of this baby here. Okay, so as you can see here, this would be your settings or your master switch, and it's got 3 positions. It's got 4 positions. It's got the off position. Sorry, it's got the off position, the pilot, low, and high. Okay, you have a protective grill in the front. You have your ceramic plate over here, and then you have your pilot, which is right down on this side here. You also have ventilation slots on all the sides. A good thing about this baby over here is that the bottle receiver pivots. Okay, so like you can attach it like here and then just bring it down and it'll be in this position here. If you understand what I'm trying to say here. So it pivots out, okay? You screw it on and you push this thing back in here. You have a handle which is, you know, goes up and down. You can close it and what have you. And the other thing you have to make sure of when you're using this thing is you have to check for combustible items, objects that are in and around this area. So what you got to make sure is that you have at least 30 inches of clearance on the top part. You need 24-inch clearance on the front, 6 inches on either side, and on the back it's safe. So I imagine that this part here will never become hot. It also has a couple of slots here where you can attach a couple of screws to a wall and you can just hang it up. There's a few of our members who had has experience with this baby here, and I didn't have any negative feedback. And I trust what our members and brothers and sisters in our community over here have to say about certain items. So go on the internet, do your homework, and like I said, I'm not working for any department store or whatever, so I'm not going to start you know, throwing out their names. If you need to know where I got mine from, just give me PM me and I'll let you know. Okay, so thanks again for being with me, guys. Stay tuned for another video, which we'll be doing the field test on this baby, and I'll see you all guys on the next vid. So long for now. Thank you.